Hey guys, what are you doing? What are you working on today down there?
Here's something I want to talk to everybody about in this room because we might be the group that's the most guilty of this. I'm reading this article. Kids love band logo T-shirts even if they've never heard their music. Bob,
Okay.
It might be you and I more so than Chewy.
I outfitted my kids
There's
early on.
a thing about it seems to be older dudes.
Yep.
Who seem to be very aggressive that somehow only certain people are allowed to wear band shirts. And we seem to really want to police that. I'm trying to keep race out of it, but it does seem... I mean,
I feel like if a shirt's a gateway to maybe you enjoying that music...
we can't have a discussion if we're both going to take the same side.
No,
okay?
I'm going to have certain... I have certain rules when it comes to rock shirts, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Band shirts. We're going to get to that. But I outfitted my kids early on in Clash T-shirts, even maybe onesies, Ramones, Beatles. I go, this is what I want you to listen to. Maybe if I put you in this shirt early on in life, down the road, when it comes time to picking a band, you're going to pick the Clash, the only band that matters.
Yeah, it didn't work, did it?
It kind of worked. I think my sons have appreciation for the Beatleys.
Okay.
And the Ramones.
My daughter told me that there's a kid who... here's the thing that we've been doing with my daughter, okay? Mm-hmm. Can you tell the fine people who produced the great works of the Beatles?
Oh, you mean the band members?
There was a producer that they worked with.
Yeah, right. George Martin.
Thank you. My God, it really took a while.
Well, I didn't know. I thought it was every time you ask me a question, I think it's a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
You're
right?
always trying to trick question me.
And his
doesn't he, Chewy?
His production method had a famous name.
Yes,
it was called the
Wall of Sound.
There you go. Thank you. Neither of those were trick questions. I wanted us to work together
question.
on this.
Phil Spector was the Wall of Sound.
Was it really?
George Martin didn't have a thing
oh my
associated.
God. Well, now I've really got my
Phil
daughter.
Spector, Wall of Sound.
I really got my daughter in trouble then. Because this kid, my daughter has this Beatles shirt, and he's like, you don't know anything about the Beatles.
Yep.
And my daughter actually has become a big fan, and that's what she listens to in her room. And he's always like, you have to name songs. And I told her, tell him to F off. He's not in control of you.
Right.
And you need to learn at a young age that if that's that dude's flirt method, it's bad.
Right.
Demanding that a woman do something for you. Mm-hmm. And I also just said, ask him who George Martin is.
Right.
And I said, throw that in his face. Right. And if he doesn't have an answer for you right away, go, listen, you obviously don't know anything about the Beatles. Literally nothing. So get out of my face.
Get out of my face.
I said, because you got to throw it back.
Right.
You're allowed to wear whatever the hell you want to. I don't care. Find a band you've never heard of, buy their T-shirt, wear it. I don't give an F. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
No, but you said you have rules.
I do. Don't wear unlicensed product. I always look inside. Make sure if I buy a Tom Petty T-shirt, it better be from Tom Petty.
But some of us
better say in the label. Where they print on the inside. They don't use labels a lot of times.
Now you might be...
No unlicensed...
Now he's being bougie because he doesn't understand.
He's elitist almost.
It's like you've never been to a flea market.
I know your Selena shirt is unlicensed.
Here's my thing.
And you should be ashamed because none of that money is going to Selena family.
None of the money is going to Selena.
Some of the artists are either run out of product. There's some shirts that I do want from a couple of artists. I think one concert I really wanted a shirt from the last time I went to go see Kendrick as well, but then I think St. John, and one of the shirts I wanted, I was like, how much is that? And it's like, this is $120.
What?
And I was like,
for a T-shirt?
Ooh, yeah, I really wanted it too, but I didn't get it. But I can imagine somebody that really, really can. I could have done that, but then I would have been, I can't excuse spending $120.
Here's one of the reasons that I'm kind of on board, Target. What's the place in the mall where the kids go shopping?
Oh, there's a lot. You can get good rock shirts at.
There's a place.
The Hot Topic.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Hot Topic, something like that. It has all the. And people are like, I can't believe you would ever buy a band shirt. Here's why I think it's a good idea to buy a band shirt at a place like Hot Topic. Mm-hmm. Thick 100% cotton, and you forget that for a long time bands were printing their shirts on the cheapest 50-50 that
Beefy tee,
you
Hanes.
could not wear it but 3 times before it started falling apart. They were making them overseas. They were trying to get as much nut off of them as they could.
Yeah, biggest margin.
And so those were crap. They were kind of crap shirts.
Mm-hmm. It always bothers me when a really good band has really bad merchandise. It's like
infuriating.
It's like, you're a really good band, Wilco. Can't you come up with a better T-shirt design this tour?
The hot thing right now is vintage concert or band shirts.
Yeah. So
Fake vintage, fake like.
Are you okay?
Either or.
Are you okay then with a kid wearing a fake vintage concert shirt that you know was bought at Target?
If a kid is doing it, then maybe. But if a
15-year-old,
if you have all, he doesn't or she doesn't have money. I'm assuming at 15 to go and buy this crazy. And that's the only thing mom's gonna say yes to because you want your Juice WRLD shirt. But I don't know. With vintage tees like getting a little more popular and stuff, I will let go not knowing the artist because sometimes I want to like I wore the Selena shirt. I don't listen, but I grew up listening because my family and everything.
So you're
like,
wearing it ironically, or what's the association?
It's in support a Mexican artist for the culture. But I don't know. It's like I would wear a Martina McBride shirt. And
I'm not going to wear a shirt
I don't
to a
listen
band
to
I don't
Martina
listen
McBride.
to.
So it
I
could be
don't think.
ironic.
Martine McBride. What are your rules? You said you had rules to concert shirts.
Yeah, those are, I mean, mainly make sure it's licensed. I don't buy it from the guy selling out of his backpack when I leave the concert. You've seen those guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, what about making your own shirts? Because like
I make my own shirts.
daughter
I make my own.
That's
my
worse
daughter met Billie Eilish.
Uh-huh.
And when she met Billie Eilish backstage at ACL one year, my daughter was wearing a shirt that essentially was a bootleg shirt. She had made her own shirt for the Billie Eilish show.
Chewy, who's your
But Billie Eilish said, I like that shirt. Where'd you get it? My daughter said, I made it. She said, I like it.
I make my own shirts for FC games.
There's some things that
I get like you saw my green Yoda shirt that I got.
yeah.
I got a green Yoda, baby Yoda. Actually, his name is Grogu, but I got one of those Target shirts that was green. It's like FC green. And it had baby Yoda on it, and then I put FC logo on it, iron on, and some other stuff, some other playoff nomenclature.
I like it.
And people were like going, I get stopped like half a dozen times.
Where'd you get
last
that?
game? Like, where'd you get that? I want that. I go, I can't make another one because I go to jail.
I can't sell
A
them.
one-off.
You can give them away.
Yeah.
Give me some donations if you want.
But I'll make you. What's your favorite artist? I'll make you a shirt. I'll bring it tomorrow.
I have a few ideas, but I may need you to draw some things.
Oh, I can draw.
Yeah. And
I
then,
got
and
game.
then we'll print it up.
Okay, let's do it.
But yeah, I want, like, I'm going to go to Coachella next year that I know you doubt and isn't going to happen, but
Do you remember? Do you remember the time Kathy made unlicensed T-shirts to sell at one of our comedy events?
Yes, I did, and I loved it. I hope
Do
she
you
makes some
think
money.
we should? Do you think we should
Love you, Kathy.
start letting dudes know? Hey, stop yelling at people about like it's fine. I mean,
Oh yeah, why let?
because the thing is it really is, and you said it right at the top of this. It's gateway for a lot of people. If
It
you
is.
really love a band,
Right.
then you shouldn't really be gatekeeping. You should be encouraging people to love that band and spreading the gospel. But there's a weird thing that we have about our music, which is we want it to be ours somehow.
Well, no, people gatekeep. Like whenever Master of Puppets got popular again, and then like, yeah, you don't really know about Metallica, but you're making somebody you're pushing them away from a culture that you
Do
could
you
open them
feel
up
like-
and turn them on to.
Do you feel like it diminishes your fandom and your knowledge of somebody gets to also be a fan without having done the work you feel you've done? Do you think that's what's going on with some
I
people?
feel like the Nirvana T-shirt with the X's for the eyes thing. I feel like that's become a default T-shirt.
No, absolutely.
It's almost like
it's its own
kind
brand.
of like a white. It's kind of like wearing a plain white tee. It's just like you've just grabbed the shirt that
Yeah, for
everybody's.
kids, it's like remember the Coca-Cola shirts of the '80s,
Right.
Or the Spuds MacKenzie
Yeah.
shirts. That is really much less about band support because that logo seems to be kind of everywhere. Which there is a it is. I mean, I guess there's some parts of it that I understand.
I actually like wearing labels, band, album label.
What?
shirts.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
Like Swan Song,
Oh, you want to dip for the
the label.
like you would wear a Capitol Records shirt?
Yeah, 100%.
even though they're the ones that did all the damage to the industry over the years.
100%.
Would you wear a Third Reich shirt?
Was that a record label?
No, it wasn't
No,
at all.
Sub Pop. A lot of
Yeah.
people. I don't have a Sub Pop shirt anymore, but a lot of people wear that one. That's a label.
Mr. Manzano.
Yeah, that's a real popular thing in the metal community. Whenever you're wearing some obscure black metal shirt from a band from Brazil that put out like 2 demos, and you're at a show and they'll check you like, oh, can you name some songs off of these demos or whatever? But it's like a deal. But I can tell you one thing that I do know that is like an unwritten rule. It's one of those in the know. You never wear like the shirt of the band to their concert. So Iron Maiden was just recently. So there's like a rule: you never wear an Iron Maiden shirt to an Iron Maiden show.
Oh, I'm wearing a Roxy Music shirt to the
I
show
don't know
tonight.
why. I don't know how that came about, but it's a real thing. It's like I don't know. It's just like a.
Well, what
one of
about
those
husbands
things,
and wives or boyfriend girlfriends wearing the same shirt
never
at
never.
the same time?
It is odd how we have these rules that are, and a lot of them are based on act like you've been there before. Like, I'm too cool to support the band that I'm excited to see, but I get it. I mean,
I did see a 20-year-old kid almost get beat up by a mad dad one time. I was working at a guitar shop, and this kid had a Creed shirt, and I could tell he was wearing it ironically. So when he came up to the counter, he said, "Hey, cool shirt," and we kind of laughed about it. Well, anyway, this dad comes up, and this dude was like a monster. This guy was jacked, and he sees the kid's shirt. He goes, "Oh man!" He goes, "Man, Creed's my favorite band." He goes, "Did you go to that show?" And the kid's looking at me like to save him. I'm like, "Buddy, you're on your own. You're on your own." And I could tell the dad was like, "So why are you wearing the shirt if you're not a fan?"
That's stolen valor.
Couldn't stay. Oh my goodness, this kid, man, he was staring at me, and I'm like, "Buddy, you're on your own." So yeah, I saw a kid almost get beat up for wearing a shirt.
How did he eventually get out of it?
He just got out. He just slinked out of it, man. He just kind of turned away like nothing was happening. Just
it is weird.
Off. The dad was like, he was looking at me. He was like, "What's the deal?" I said, I tried to tell the dad. I said, they wear the shirt ironically, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that he had bad music taste.
Right.
I didn't want to tell him. He was going to reach over the counter. But I was just trying to tell him that, the kids wear, like Creed and Nickelback shirts ironically because it's just bad music. And so, but it was lost on the dad, and the dad just wanted to kill that kid.
Well, did he enjoy when he bought his stained model guitar?
There you go. I don't know. That would be up to him.
Yeah,
he got overcharged for it.
It's weird how we police the things that we love. We love a band so much that we want only us to listen to it.
Right.
And it is. He's hit the nail on the head. It's really prevalent in metal community because I've seen it before with my own eyes where people are like, you don't have the right to wear that shirt. But I get maybe probably too is that one of the reasons is that in those communities there's a certain amount of credit you're getting for your shirt and your taste. So it is almost like you're faking that accomplishment. Oh, yeah. I saw this band.
Right.
And they were only together for 1 year, and I saw them, and then someone gets to go, oh, wow, that's a credit you have.
Right.
Which is kind of odd because it's not, I mean, I guess it is a bit of a credit. Is it a credit to go to a
like
show?
Boy Scout patches.
Patches. Oh, okay, there you go.
You're
that's
like,
a great way to put it.
This was 93. I went to go see him here in 04, and then, I don't know.
But you didn't play in the band. You
No.
didn't write any of the songs.
No, you did not.
All you did was consume.
It's the exclusivity, and then it's the whole, I'm a bigger fan than you, like petty type.
Where are you on the concert bands that have the cities on the back?
I like those.
Yeah, but even now they make them like after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's weird.
You know what I mean?
It's inauthentic.
Do I need that?
Mark.
Hey.
What's up?
It's Drunk Mark.
Is this me?
Yeah, Drunk Mark.
Warrior Mark?
Sober up, Mark.
Hey. So, y'all can contest to this, and you'll recognize.
Oh,
Bob.
wait, this is Warrior Mark. This isn't Drunk Mark, is it?
No, this isn't Warrior.
No, this is Warrior Mark, brother.
I got to be honest with you.
Sorry, Mark.
When you first started talking with all that phlegm in your throat, I thought you were Drunk Mark. I just made an assumption.
No,
My apologies.
Allergies got
Bad,
me
isn't it?
wrapped up.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, so from anybody who's ever made merch, I have lost money on every piece of merch I've ever made. Matt, Coyote, trucker hat. That should say it all.
Wait, I never got one of those.
We got 3 of them. There's one right here in the room still, and then the other
got
2.
one, and I gave one to Spence, and then I gave one to
Abby.
I want that one.
Abby.
Well, you can't have that
I
one. It stays in the
wanted that one.
room. You
Why
won't
does it
get
stay
that
in the
one.
room?
What do you mean? Why does it stay in the room? Because it was brought as a gift,
Oh, that's
and I
dope. I like that.
Let me see.
It's a little
But
license plate.
Now-
on the same note, if anybody wants any Warrior patches, I still got a bunch of them because I'd like to make my money back on those.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have an event. I mean,
I know this hat's mine because
kind
I
of
just
that
licked.
show doesn't exist anymore, but we'll
I
see what
know.
we can do. Hey,
I know.
now if somebody
That's what I'm
understands,
saying. It's like,
if somebody
Hey,
understands
hey,
merch, it would be you. You have worked off and on over the years. You've worked concert security.
yeah.
Do you? What's your take on someone wearing merch of the band to the show of the band thing?
Dude, back in the day, and I don't really, back in the 80s, I wore the band shirt to every show that I ever went to. So we listened to the music on the way to the show that
Yep.
we went to go see. We were totally in it. We were submersed. If it was Iron Maiden, it was an Iron Maiden night. If it was Motley Crue, it was a Motley Crue night. I will admit something that I am almost embarrassed to do. The only reason that I'm admitting it is that we went to a Madonna concert in Fort Worth, and the only reason I say that is because I got laid after that show.
Hell yeah.
Hey, was it a Madonna night all the way there and home?
Oh, absolutely. We were
Cherish the
Material Girl,
love.
There's
I'm
no
on a
shame in
hate
that.
now.
straight
I
up
will.
Material Girl, and the whole 9 yards, bro. But we met these girls and took them all back and had a good time.
Damn.
Congratulations.
That was all worth it.
It's funny that
It was
girl.
worth it,
That
totally
girl
worth it.
tells that story, but in a very embarrassing way
A
now.
totally
Yeah.
different way. A totally That was the worst night of her life, more than likely.
Oh, man.
Well,
Hey,
thank
we'll
you
see
very
y'all
much.
soon, man. Y'all have a good day.
Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We did float a little bit for you. We'll talk about these bands. Yeah, hit us up on the Instagram or Twitter. Do you have band shirt rules? I'm glad that we're actually limiting a little bit of those rules. We're getting a little lighter.
Yeah.
It was heavy for a while. People were really cruel to each other. By the way, anytime you see us live on the Facebook, it's brought to you by fantastic sponsors. Panadas, Eat Happy.
And Renegade Truck Accessories, and this coyote hat is mine. You know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Because I licked it.
I don't understand why you think it's okay to just steal something out of the room.
I licked it. It's mine now. You don't want it. Got
Okay.
But you don't know who else has licked that thing.
I got something else that's got Coyote written on it. Give me a Sharpie real quick.
Studio is brought to you by Empanadas, available in the frozen food aisle of your favorite grocery store, and Renegade Truck Accessories, your source for truck caps, bed covers, lift kits, window tinting, and custom services.